my name's Lou. I'm from So Need to Drink Kits and Workshops. This video is all about doing paper piecing, also known as foundation piecing. If you want any more information about the kits, including the one where we use this to make a purse, just hold on to the end and the details of the website's there. But we best get started. Thank you!
So you've got your 9 chosen fabrics for your paper piece that you're going to sew. We're going to do the centre one first, which is number 1. Take your main centre piece and flip it over. And then you're going to place your paper piece face up like so, and just make sure you've got in the centre what you want, and just use a little bit of Pritt stick just to stick it down, not too much, and just place it down like that. Turn it over and snip off any extra. So now we're going to do the line number 2. Fold it over along line number 2 very clearly so you can see the crease on the fabric when you open it out, like so. We're going to take fabric number 2. We've chosen a nice pale blue there, and we're going to fold it over so that the fold is going onto the wrong side, and finger press it there so that crease is really visible. Line that crease up along the crease that you've made on your first piece. Now you can leave it there, open it out, or you can put a dab of glue. If you're a beginner, a little dab of Pritt stick is really great and it washes off. So just firm it down like that, flip it over, and then we're going to sew along that line. Just a normal straight line is fine. A few back stitches at the beginning or a locking stitch, and just along that line, no further. Try and be as accurate as you can. You will need to replace your sewing machine needle after doing this. The paper does blunt it. So we're going to cut behind that seam like so. Yep, so we've sewn right sides together, we've cut behind the seam so it's quite small, about sort of a centimetre or even half a centimetre is fine. Snip off any threads, and then we're going to flip it over, and importantly bend that fabric back that you have just sewn on and press it down. We're then going to sew line number 3 in exactly the same process. While that's bent back, the original fabric is flipped back to the right place. A nice firm crease again so we can see it along that fabric. We're going to get the next bit of fabric, right sides together so it's looking down over that toucan in the centre, and we're going to do a nice firm seam allowance crease there and line it up against the crease that you've made on the original piece. I put a bit of Pritt stick on again, it's handy for beginners. You don't have to if you're worried about having too much glue on the final piece. Flip it over, and we're going to sew along that line number 3. So that's already sewn. We're going to snip the threads again, and not forgetting to cut behind that seam. Yeah, go as small as you can. I probably could have gone a little bit smaller there. And fold it back, and nice firm finger press there, or you can use an iron if you want to. So yeah, you've guessed it, the next line is number 4 all the way along. So we're going to fold again, crease it down along the number 4 like so. Open it out, and we're going to get the next piece of fabric, which is a nice spotty one. Right sides together, it's much easier to see it on this one because it's not a plain. A dab of glue, creased along that fold, flip it down. Have you got it yet? And we're going to sew along that number 4. And there it is, nicely sewn there. Okay, and again trim it off. You can see how important it is now when you're getting to this stage. You can see all sorts of different fabrics that have been joined together. But it's such a lovely, nice technique, and it loves a really nice patchwork technique that can look quite intricate, but it's actually quite simple. So we're folding it back, and we're now going to do number 5. Now I'm doing number 5 on here just to show you that you can do a bigger chunk, but you just need to make sure that that fabric is going to cover that big chunk on that bottom corner. and also if you've got directional print, to make sure that the direction is going to go in the right place when you flip it over. So it's good to be aware of that. So a nice firm crease again. I've chosen a floral one like that, so I want my flowers to sort of look upright, so I've sort of folded along the diagonal so that when it flips over those flowers are more or less straight. So a nice firm crease again, Prit stick if you want to use it, push it down, flip it over and sew along that line. So here it is finished. It's really speedy cutting here because I've speeded it up, but we're just going to cut it out after doing all the rest. So you've done the rest of the lines, I haven't shown you all of them, and cut it out so that it's that size, and then we can tear the paper off. Again, speeded up tearing. This is where you see whether you've put too much glue on, but don't worry, Prit stick washes off, so you can use a dab of water. And there we are, that's a lovely piece of patchwork with the toucan poking out.